Hello everyone, welcome to Ajiro Tech. In this video, we're going to be looking at Cambridge IGCSE Information and Communication Technology with the course code 0417. The first variant, of paper 2 presentations, May-June 2024, which is 2-1. Okay. So please, the instructions are very important, so please go through the instructions. The task 2 document production has been done. The video production has been done, and you will have the link right here in this video description. Also, task 3 database video production has been done, and the link will be right here in this video description. Okay, so let's proceed to task 4 presentations. Task 4 presentations. You are going to create a short presentation. All slides must have a consistent layout and formatting. Okay, so we'll talk about all slide having a consistent layout and formatting. What we are simply saying is across the slides, it should have a title and a bulleted list. Okay, one slide should not be different, the other slide should not be different. Okay, all right. Create a presentation of 8 slides using the file. We are not creating, please take note, the word create here is a command word for import or open. Okay, and the recommended software for presentation according to chapter 13 layout is the Microsoft PowerPoint. Okay, so now let's proceed. So there are 2 ways for us to actually import this. I can click here, right, and then search for PowerPoint. And then click on open, and then I'm going to browse for it. Okay, and then we can browse for it. Or you can come right here, go to the file, open the folder, and look for the playground. Right here, right click on it, and click on open with PowerPoint. Now, if you don't have this feature open with PowerPoint, please check my videos on presentations for 2023, and I give the steps. The detailed step-by-step process on how you can actually have this feature PowerPoint that you can actually open with, okay, which makes it a whole lot easier for you. But because of most learners watching this video might not be able to have this, I'm going to go to the long route. So I'll click on the Windows icon and I'll open the PowerPoint, and I'm going to click on open, and I'm going to click on browse, and I'm going to look for the file. Okay, so now it's going to show blank. Okay, the reason why it's showing blank, it is not yet a PowerPoint document. So what do? I have to click here and then switch to all files. Okay, and now I look for the playground just to be sure. Yes, and I'll click on the playground and I'll click on open. So there we go. Okay, so I'm going to click on enable editing. All right, so now we have this. So unless otherwise instructed, the slide must display a title and a bulleted list. So you can see the title and bulleted list, the title and bulleted list, the title and bulleted list, the title there and bulleted list. And you can actually see that there are 8 slides. So you can see that you don't need to actually create anything. All right, so that's a free 1 mark for you. Step 20, place at the top right of the slide a header with your name, comma, space, center number, candidate number, place in the footer. So we're going to use what we call the slide master. So what we'll do here is I will click on our view, okay, and then we'll click on the slide master. So please be careful. These slides here are called the linked slides, okay, and they are linked to what we call the parent slide. So this right here is a parent slide, and all this is a link slide. So what do I mean? So if I click here and I click on insert, for example, let me probably get a shape to just show you what I mean. and I draw something here, it's going to reflect on all the slide. So please, when you open your slide master, the first thing you have to do is to scroll to the top to your parent slide. Okay, so please take note of that. So I'm going to click here and I'm going to delete this. Hit on my delete on my keyboard and everything is gone. So now for us to be able to place this in a header, the first thing we need to do is I'm going to click on insert, click on header and footer. This is the footer. We don't really have a header, so we have to customize it. We have to make it possible. So I'm going to click on header and footer, right? And I'll check on my right here on the checkbox. I'll tick on it and then type in my name, Ajiro ND, comma space. My center number is AN017, comma space 2024. What else again? Now they said place in the footer slide number left align. Now this is my slide number. You can set to do them one at a time by clicking to apply all and then you come back again, right? Or you can actually do this. Since I have the slide number here, I'm just going to check on the slide number. So if I check on the slide number, you can see that they are now active. Okay, so we have them here. This right here, let me uncheck this. You see that this is for the footer. And if I check this again, this is for what? The slide number. So I'll click on apply to all. So now I've applied to all. You see this is active. So I'll click here, hold my control, my shift, click here to select both of them together. And I'll click on my home. I can make it bold. I can make it black. I can increase the font size to probably 16. Okay, maybe 18, depending on my name, right? So yours might be 16, 14, depending on your name. Okay, so I have this. Okay, so I'm going to work with this. Or you can just do them individually by giving different font size. You can make this 14, you can make this 18, and that's fine, right? So the next thing I want to do is now let's adjust them because this is going to be top right of the slide, a header with your name. All right, so what I will do now is I'm going to reduce this a bit. Now I have the use of what? My ruler. Now, if you don't have your ruler, click on view and then uncheck this, check this. Now I unchecked it and now my ruler is gone. If I check it again, it brings my ruler. Okay, so I'm going to adjust this to 4 centimeter. I think 4 centimeter is fine. I'll bring this here. I'm using my arrow key down to do this. And I'll probably adjust this again to 8. Okay. And I'll move this up to the top. I'll move this to the top. Okay. This is going to be top right. Okay. So now you see that it has the same alignment. Okay. It has the same alignment. I can, okay, let me bring this here down a bit. Okay, that's fine. So you can see that this has the same, it has to be on the same measurement. Very important. Let me use my grid lines to check. So this is very important. Okay. All right. And this is going to, this is what? Top right of the slide, a header with your name. Top right. So these are the top, but it's not yet in the right. So I'm going to home, click on it, and I'm going to make it right. So now it is top right. Check. Okay, it's the same. Okay, so now it is top right. All right. Place in the footer automated slide number left align. So this is going to be left align. So I'm just going to switch places. I'll move this here. And I'll click here. And I'll move this here. Okay. So I'm going to make this left align. Okay. I'm still going to adjust it a bit. Okay. Adjust this a bit. So I have this here. Let me check if it's the same thing. A minute to check. Okay. So we have this here. All right. So I think that's fine. Let me get my grid lines to check. Okay, that's fine. So I'm going to do this. Make sure the header and footer appears in the same position on every slide. No item overlap on any item. So we have this. Okay, so I'm going to click here on my view, and then I'm going to switch to my normal. Okay, so now if we check across, okay, so now if we check across, you will see that we have this here across the slides. Okay, so we have this, the header top right, what the question is saying, and we have this left align, top right, left align, top right. Okay, so we have this. Okay, so now let's look at the next thing. Step 21, locate the slide with the title Our Staff. Okay, so let me locate it, Our Staff. So I have it here. Okay, this is better. So I have it here, right? Our Staff. Now what's the next thing to do? Select the 3 bulleted item after the text. Center Manager, who, okay, here, and format them to look like this. So we have the Center Manager. So I'm going to highlight this 3. Okay. Now look at this. We have what we call levels. Okay. And I'll show you here. Now, if I go to my slide master, okay, we have various levels. So we have the second level, we have the third level, we have the fourth level, we have the fifth level. Now, to be able to do this, we have to what we will indent it. We call it indentation. So when we indent it the first time, it gets us to the second level. When we indent it the second time, it gets us to the third level. When we indent it the third time, it gets us to the fourth level. When we indent it the fourth time, it gets us to the fifth level. And not only that, okay, so we call this demote. So for us to be able to demote it, we also have to add what we call an italics. Okay, so this is very, very important. Okay, so let me switch back to, I'm just using this to just show you, because you can actually see it here in the parent slide. So I'm going to highlight this again. Okay, and now notice that the bullet changed to a dash. So I'm going to go here to home. Okay, and right here under the bullet, I'm going to go to bullet and numbering. I'm going to go to customize, and I'm going to look for this. Okay, so I'm going to use for this, right? So the minus sign, the character code is 2212, and you will see this in the unique code hex. I'm going to click this, and I'll click on OK. So now I have it. Okay, so the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to indent. So I'm going to hit on my tab 1, and I'll look at it. Hit on it again, 2. Okay, I think that's better. And then I'm going to what? Italicize. Good. So now I have it. I think this is fine. Okay, so that's better, right? Step 22, delete the slide with the title, Our Guiding Principles and Areas of Learning and Development. So our guiding principle. So to do this, okay, so to do this, this is what I'm going to do is I'm going to open this view to slide sorter. Okay, so our guiding principle and what? Learning. So I'm going to click this and hold my control to select both of them. Okay, so we have our guiding principles and areas of learning, and I'm going to hit on delete, right? Also, you can actually do it here in the normal view. Okay, you can actually do it here as well in the normal view. Okay. All right. Step 23, use the data in the file J2421 test underscore scores.csv to create a vertical bar chart. Okay. So I have it here. Where's it? Okay, I'm going to open it with Excel. Okay, I'll click on the right angle at the top left to select both my columns and row. Double click on it. And now to create a vertical bar chart to compare achievement for only the subject literacy and mathematics. Literacy and mathematics. So I'm going to highlight, hold my control, highlight the first one, hold my control, highlight this. What else? Okay. They said what? Display the subject as labels on the category what? Axis to compare achievements for only the subject literacy and mathematics. So this is going to be for the subject here. Okay. And this is going to be for the schools. So I'm going to highlight this as well. Okay. I'm going to click on insert and I'm going to click here and it's going to be a 2D column. Okay. Bar graph. Okay. Now the next thing is they said display the subject as labels on the category axis. So this is supposed to be the subjects at the category axis. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to click here, right click on it, and then go to select data and click on edit. Then I'm going to select the range for it. Okay, so I can adjust this. Let me just cancel it and move it here. Okay, so that's fine. So I'll click here and right click on it, select data, edit, and then select this. And now we have it here. Okay, you can also highlight this and this and think that will also work for you as well. Okay, it's going to see it for you. All right, so we have the subject as labels on the category axis. Display the chart with the title, impact of early child care on test results. So I'm going to copy this. So right here on my child title, I'll click on it, Control A, Control V, and I'm going to click on home, click on bold, click on black. All right. Step 25, display the following. Values only as data labels along the top of each bar. Values only as data labels at the top of each bar. So right here, I'm going to click here, my chart element, data labels, and this is going to be outside end. All right. What else? A legend showing preschool and no preschool. So we have the preschool here, okay, as the legend, right? As the legend for preschool, and then we have no preschool. So it's able to just see this for me. So there are various ways for us to be able to actually do this. Okay. Now, again, like I said, you don't actually have to just select the data. You can actually just highlight these two of them. And when you go to your insert and you click on your insert and then your 2D is going to create it for you automatically. It's going to bring this literacy and mathematics for you. But I need to use this to add as my legend. And the whole idea of legend is just to show what each of the colors of the bar represent. Okay, so here you can see that this is preschool and this is no preschool. So for no preschool, we're having for literacy, we are having 40. For mathematics, we're having 22. And for preschool here, we're having 52 and 41. So you can see that. All right. Step 26. Format the value axis scale to display a minimum of 0. Okay. So right here, this is the value axis scale. This is your category, which is your X, and your Y is your value axis. So I'll click here and I'll right click on it and I'll click on format axis. The minimum is 0. Okay. Just move this here. Maximum of 56. Okay, so I'm going to do this 56. Hit on my tab. Increment of 8. Okay, increment of 8. Now for increment, we use what? The major. Okay, please take note of that. So I'll hit on my tab. So now we have this and I'll close this. All right. So now I need to save my chart. So I'll click on File, Save As. just save it as a workbook. Okay, I'll just save it as a workbook and I'll click on save. All right, so now I'm going to copy this. They said step 27. Place the chart to the left of the bullet on the slide with the title Academic Performance. So this is going to be what? To the left of the bullet on the slide with the title. Okay, so now I'm going to move this. Now watch this. Okay, now we have this, very important, and I want you to take note of this. So now I'm going to move this to the middle. It is very important, and let me check to see if my measurement unit is in metrics and not US. Okay, so to actually check this, you click on settings. Okay, just go to control panels. Okay, control panels, and go to clock and region, additional settings, and now you can see that it is in metrics. Okay, your measurement unit for PowerPoint has to be in centimeters. All right, so now I'm going to adjust this. I'll adjust it till I have what? Right here to 1. Okay, so I think I can make this 0. That's fine. Okay, so I'll put it here 0, which is more or less the center for it. Okay, so I have this, and now for my chart, I'm going to right click and I'm going to paste my chart. Okay, so which is the best one I want to use? You can use pictures, but I prefer to use the destination theme. Let me use the destination theme for it, and I'll move it here. Right, it has to be within, so please take note. Just going to adjust this by the edge. Okay, so I have it right here. Please ensure that they are in the right alignment. Let's see. Okay, so I have my A here and I have this. I think this is fine by me. Okay, so it's important. So the chart is going to be left off the bullet. Okay, make sure that no words are split. So the words are not split out. All data are fully visible. Yes, data are fully visible. The chart and its content do not overlap any slide. So we have that. All right. Step 28. On the slide with the title Long-Term Benefit, create an arrow-shaped action button. Long-term benefit. So I have this here. We have to create an arrow-shaped button that looks like this. So let's do that. So I'm going to click on Insert. I'm going to go to Shapes. I'm going to look for that arrow. Okay, and I'm going to draw it. Let's draw it somewhere here first. Okay, that looks like this. Position this in the bottom right corner. So when you're positioning this in the bottom right corner, you have to be careful because it has to be in the same alignment. Okay, so careful with that. So I'm going to do this. Okay. Okay, that's fine by me. Okay. So it's going to look like this. So this simply means that in my shape format, my shape fill is going to be no fill. My shape outline is going to be black. Let's see. The line thickness is a bit has more weight. So I'm going to probably make it. Let me see. I gave it 3. Okay, I'll just give it 4 more lines, and under the width here, I'll just make it 4. Okay, so I'll make it 4, and that's fine. Okay, so this is going to be in the position in the bottom right corner. So let's see. So I'm going to bring this down a bit, bottom right corner. I'm using my arrow key down. Okay, my view grid lines. Okay, I'm fine with this. Okay. format this action button so when clicked, it opens the document with a file name. So it opens this with a file name. Okay. So I'm going to click on insert, add a link to it, insert link, and it's going to what? Open an existing file. So I'm going to look for the file. Okay, looking for it. Document. Where's my source file? Okay, this right here, 2024, June 21. So what's it opening? Lifelong.csv. Lifelong. Yes. So I'll click on okay. Okay. So what's the next thing? Enter the text lifelong in a black font on the action button. So I'll just click here and I'll paste as a plain, right? So Control A. Now it's there, but it's white. Okay, or you can just type it, whichever one. Now I'm going to go to my home and I'll change this to black. Okay, so I have my lifelong game in a black font on the action button. So I can make this bold as well. Okay, so now I have it. Now make sure the text is, make sure the text display on one line. So yes, you can see that the text is displaying on one line. Okay, the text fits within the shape and do not overlap the borders. So it fits within the shape and it's not overlapping any border. Okay. Take screenshot evidence showing the action button links, the action button links to the correct file and place this evidence document and place this in your evidence document. Make sure the file name is fully visible. So what I will do right here is I'm going to right click, go to edit link, and now we can actually see the link right here that this is actually linked to this. So I'm just probably going to do this and I can just hit on my tab, right? So that I can, it doesn't overlap any. So you can actually see that it's showing the link of this. So this is very important because the examiners wants to see the URL that is actually be linked to. Okay, very important. So now I'm going to go to my snipping tool and I'm going to take my screenshot. Okay. All right. So this is going to be what? Step 28. Okay. Step 28. So I'm going to open my evidence document. And in this video, we're also going to be printing the evidence document as well. Right. So step 28, which is the last thing here, hit on enter, and I'm going to paste. Okay. It's going to show. Let me see how I can make it fit in. I think I will have to reduce this. So let me reduce this. Okay, so make it a 9. Bring this here. So we still don't have this here. Let me see how I can do this. Okay, I can reduce this to, yes, 15. Okay, so we have that. Hit delete to remove that blanks. And then right here, reduce this to 7. And I'll save. Okay. All right, so let's move on. The hardest question in this step is step 29, save the presentation. God, this is so difficult for me. All right, so I'm going to save the presentation. So I'll click on file and I'll click on save. It's going to take me to save as, and I'm going to browse for it and just leave the default name here. And I'm going to switch to, it's my source file right here. Come here, switch to 2024. Okay, 2.1, and just save it here. Now it's now a PowerPoint document. So we have it saved. and now print the full presentation as handout in portrait orientation. So this is very important, right? So when we are printing, so click on file, click on print, we have what we call the print layout, and we have the handout. Okay, now for the print layout, we have them here, and I'm going to show you. We have them as the full page, we have them as the notes page, and we have them as the outline. Okay, so here they want it to be full presentation as handout in portrait orientation with 2 slides to the page. Okay, so if it's going to be 2 slides to the page, it's going to be portrait automatically. Okay, so now we have 3 pages, and that is what we want. Okay, each filling have the page. So I'm going to print this. Please ensure your printer is set to Microsoft Print to PDF. Okay, and printer properties, and then advanced, the paper size is set to what? A4. That's the first thing. Okay, and another thing, now I want to show you something here. Please ensure that your date order is DDMMYYYY, date month year, not month day year. So please, this is very, very important. And one way for you to be able to change it is you can actually do that in the slide master, or you can come to your edit header and footer to ensure that it is not in US, but it's in the English United Kingdom, because the US have their own date order and the UK also have their own date order. So this is very important. Okay, that is the DMY. Okay, so please, this is very, very important. Okay, so now we can go ahead to print this. And I'll click on print. And I'm going to save this right here inside the source file. Okay, so this is going to be print out presentations or handouts of 2 slides. I'm going to save this, and I can close this. Now let's print the evidence document. Let's print the evidence document. I'm showing you everything you need to do to ensure that you succeed in your exam. And that is the beauty of Ajiro Tech. Okay. And if you've not subscribed to my YouTube channel, you're probably losing a lot. So please hit on the subscribe button. Okay. And if you've not enrolled into our master classes, you're losing, because the Ajiro Tech tutoring service is an awesome experience. Trust me, you don't want to miss it. Okay. All right. So click on file and then click on print. So now we have this. Okay, I think everything is good to go. So now I can go ahead to print. Again, it's one page per sheet, and the printer is Microsoft Print to PDF, and I can print this. Okay. Click on print. Okay, and this is going to be print out evidence document. Click on save. I'll save this and I'll close this. And it's important for us to check our work. So let me check the handout of 2 slides. So this is how it's going to look like. You can see that the date is showing. And also, please ensure that the date for your exam is going to be the current date. If the date in your exam is not showing the date of when you're actually writing it, then it's going to be seen as examination malpractice. So please ensure that your date is set to the current date. It's very important. Okay. So everything looks good here. And let me open the evidence document. And I have this here as well. All right. So everything looks good. So thank you very much. Please do well to share this YouTube channel to your friends, to your classmates, so that they can also learn and benefit. And I'll see you in the next one. Bye-bye.